Hello and welcome back to the Free Spirit Forest School. I'm Hannah and I'm here to talk with you about Tool Talk, how we can use forest school equipment in a safe way to create some really awesome projects. So we've been looking at a project of how to make fairy houses. So these are two that have been made earlier, and in a previous video we used the bow saw to make the base shape of our fairy house, and we used a bow saw to create this shape, and you will find that in a previous video. So in this video we are going to be exploring how to use the loppers to create these lovely chimneys. Now the loppers can also be used to make many other really awesome forest school craft activities. So we could make some magic wands. There are so many different projects, but today we're going to focus on our beautiful fairy houses. So join me in the garden. So the loppers, here are the handles and here are the blades. And when I'm walking with my loppers, I hold them like this. When I'm passing my loppers to somebody else, I offer the handles. When I am sitting down, the blade of the loppers is facing backwards and the handle is facing forwards. I use the loppers with no gloves. And again, when I'm using the loppers, I'm ensuring that I've got a distance around me of 2 persons plus the tools. So I'm just checking, yeah, and we're all good, we're all safe. So out of our plum tree, we have created the base of our fairy house, and we now need to make a little chimney for those fairies to keep nice and warm in the winter time. So I'm going to just place this aside, keeping my work area nice and clear. So I'm going to be using a bit of cherry laurel, which is actually from this tree here, harvested from our garden, and it's been cut a few weeks back, so it's beginning to mature there. So I'm going to want to make 2 cuts to create 2 chimneys, and I'm going to make the chimneys about 5 centimetres, and I'm going to avoid any notches or any sort of evidence of branches that have been trimmed off. So I'm going to be using my loppers. Now I've got the loppers ready to use by my side, and the blade is going to be facing backwards away from us, and the handles are towards me, and I'm ensuring that my safety zone is all clear. Nobody is within the radius of 2 persons in a tool's distance from me. That's all safe, so we're good to cut. So I'm not using gloves for using the loppers, and as I mentioned earlier, we carry them like this and we do not run with any of our tools. So I've got my log set up here still, which is nice and secure and stable, and I'm going to get a nice right angle going on with my knee here so that my body is nice and secure. I'm ensuring that the wood that I'm cutting is over 2 pennies, bigger than a 2 penny, because the bow saw and the loppers are both for use with things that are over the size of a 2 penny piece. Okay, so don't need the gloves on, and I've got my tool ready, and I've made a mark of where I want to cut as a guide, and I'm going to be avoiding, hello butterfly, any of those notches. So getting it lined up, it's nice and secure. Oh, nice clean cut. There's 1 chimney. So I'm going to just safely put this to the side, and then we can do the second cut about 5 centimetres, and there we go, nice clean cut there, thank you Loppers. And now I've finished using this tool, so I'm going to put it straight away in the designated safe area in the toolbox so that that's nicely tidied away. So we're going to just put this here. Now, in an upcoming video, we're going to be exploring together different skills that we can use in using a drill and using a whittling knife in order to finish off our fairy houses, because we'll need to attach our lovely chimney to the top of our fairy house, and we'll need to use a whittling knife to create a nice fairy door with some nice round windows, and then give that a bit of magic and decorate it with some beautiful paint. And through that we'll be creating our beautiful fairy houses and plating those in the forest, ready for all the lovely little invertebrate to go and make themselves at home in, and they can happily decompose within the forest. So thank you for joining me, and goodbye.